Okay, so good morning, Josh and Mum, sorry, Kathy. Thanks very much for agreeing to have a chat with us this morning. So you came in to see me, and that was about 6 weeks ago, I think, something like that, in a lot of discomforts. So I just wondered if perhaps you could explain, first of all, to anyone watching what the discomfort was, where it was.
Whenever I did sports, the arch of my foot and my heel always was in a lot of pain afterwards and sometimes during it.
Okay. I know from my notes here that the pain levels that you were giving us were sort of 5 and 6s out of 10. 10 being agony and 0 being nothing, so it was getting quite uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Do you remember what we diagnosed it as, what we said it was?
Plantar fasciitis and severs.
Oh, well done. Impressive. So plantar fasciitis, that was the pain that you were getting in the arch of the foot, and then severs, that was the pain that you were getting in the heel. And I think I probably explained to you there as well. Do you remember what I explained?
Plantar fasciitis is it about the muscle tissues in your arch in the foot, and severs about the tendon pulling on pulling on the muscle.
Close, yeah. First one spot on. Yeah. Second one, the severs, is actually the bone itself, the heel bone itself, and there's a growth plate in there because you're 12 years old. Your bones are still growing, and there's a growth plate where it's very soft still, and the bone is forming on both sides of that growth plate. And what was happening was that the strain was causing that to become inflamed. Could even get to the point of being fractured. So it was really important that we did actually prevent that. Would you like to say how we tried to prevent that and whether it was successful or not?
Yeah, you gave me a heat moulded arch support inner sole, so that helped me keep my arch high up and supported. So as soon as I used it after a bit, my foot didn't feel any pain.
Okay.
So it definitely worked.
Excellent, that's good. That's why we're pointing the camera at you. If it wasn't working, we wouldn't have done that. So that's good. So yeah, there was a couple of things we did there. There was the spot on, the heat moulded insole, which follows the contours of your arch. There was a bit of tilt put into that as well because of some things we found during the biomechanical examination. And the other thing we found as well was that one leg was slightly longer than the other, which is extremely common, so you don't need to feel bad about that. Extremely common. So we put a heel raise on the right orthotic, I think, if I remember rightly. And as well, before doing the insoles, we gave you some heel raises as well to try and take the pressure off, which I think helped minimally initially, didn't they? But it wasn't until really you got the insoles that... So, it's been 4 weeks, I think, now since you had the insoles, roughly. And you've carried on playing sports now?
Yeah.
And your pain levels now are?
Pretty much 0. Sometimes a 1, but that's it.
Okay. So you're saying that it was pretty much a 0 walking around every day, but if you do play hockey, then
So 1 or 2.
1. And at the moment, you're not. When you are playing hockey, that's without the insoles anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see when you do wear them, the insoles for hockey a little bit, whether that does help. So what would you say to any friends or strangers for that matter, don't talk to strangers, but strangers watching this video who may be your sort of age and are getting heel pain? What would you suggest they do?
I definitely would say try the arch supports and inner soles, because it definitely helps you and it will definitely prevent you from getting pains when you're older, so it's definitely a useful thing to have.
Excellent, that's spot on. The only other thing I'd add to that is you should have said go and see Peter Olsen at Circle Podiatry. No, thanks very much for sharing that. I'm sure it will be very helpful for people. So thank you, and make sure you look after those for the rest of your life.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks Josh.